Hey everyone, it's Raphael from XX Raphael Productions, and today I'm going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home, alright? So, for this, we are going to be specifically focusing on Doctor Strange. So, there's really no way around it. As I talk about this topic, I will have to reference some of the plot. So, if you have not yet seen the movie, this is your spoiler warning, alright? So, past this point, there are going to be some spoilers. So, let's go ahead and talk about it. So, you might agree with me on this, or you might disagree. I actually think this is quite subjective, but if you have finished watching the movie already, you might kind of feel that there were a lot of odd character decisions, not from only Doctor Strange, but also from Peter Parker. So I will actually save Peter for another video. So this video I'll specifically focus on Doctor Strange. All right. So let's go ahead and first summarize what Doctor Strange has done in the movie. So, essentially, after the events of Spider-Man Far From Home, Peter Parker goes to Doctor Strange for help after his life has essentially been turned upside down, after his identity has been revealed. So then, Doctor Strange attempts to cast a extremely risky spell, as he even states himself, he casts a risky spell in order to make sure that everyone forgets that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Now, Peter messes with Doctor Strange's spell by basically changing it and telling Doctor Strange to add exceptions to the spell, which he only tells. He only tells Doctor Strange after Doctor Strange has already started. So essentially, the spell is messed up, and that is what causes the entire movie to happen, where villains from the Tobey Maguire universe and Andrew Garfield universe all step in to the MCU. All right, so yeah, um basically this moment is why the entire movie even happens. So I guess like you could say that's quite a huge mistake, like not from only Peter but also from Doctor Strange himself. Now let's go ahead and first talk about why Doctor Strange seemed stupid in this movie. Like let me be honest, let's go ahead and first reference like his origin story, where I know that Doctor Strange is incredibly smart in his own movie, but at the same time, he is prone to making rash decisions because he has a huge ego, I guess. That's kind of what the or his origin story is showing in the movie. By the end of it, he is able to master, like, well, I won't say master, but he's able to become more proficient in magic because he undergoes a huge personality change and also learns a whole bunch of lessons. All right, so essentially he becomes a better person by the end of his first movie. So if the Doctor Strange casting the spell in No Way Home was the Doctor Strange from his first movie before his character development, I can understand that, because I can definitely see that version of Doctor Strange being arrogant enough to think that he could control that spell without any problems. But after seeing, Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, it feels really odd that Strange would do something as risky as this without getting every single detail from Peter Parker. Like I'm saying before, he even states that this is a spell that would brainwash the entire planet. So it's not just a whole bunch of people. We're talking about like all 7 billion people in the world, like, who are now aware of Spider-Man's identity as a result of Mysterio. So it kind of makes me wonder why Doctor Strange, especially, how Doctor Strange is supposed to be a smart person. Why don't you don't realize like why he doesn't simply get every single detail from Peter Parker and even ask Peter why have you exhausted all your other options before finally coming to me as your last resort? So he does, okay, to be fair to him, he does tell this to Peter Parker, but that is after he already tries to do the spell. So what I'm trying to say here is that if he were smart, he would have asked him this before even attempting to cast a spell in the first place. Like, Wong even warns him about this when he mentions about the memory erasure. Like I'm saying, like, when Peter is asking him, can you reverse it with the time stone, and Doctor Strange is telling him that he no longer has the time stone, there is a moment when Wong like explains to him about the spell being extremely dangerous or risky. So because of that, it should have taken at least maybe half an hour or even an hour for him to ask Peter for every single detail before even trying to cast the spell, for even thinking of casting such a spell. So what I'm trying to say here is that let's go ahead and look at Doctor Strange's character in Avengers Endgame. No, I'm sorry, Infinity War, where he knows his priorities. He even tells Tony Stark that he cannot risk giving up the Time Stone because he knows that the universe is at stake. And the only reason why he even gives it up is because he has already seen the future. He's looked 14,605 times in the future to see how to beat Thanos, and then essentially he's realized that Tony Stark is very important in the war against Thanos and the Infinity Stones. That's the only reason why he gives it up. So Strange is smart enough to play the long run. I'm sorry, to play the long game into eventually achieving victory. So basically, what I'm saying is that for him to do something like this is very short-sighted, and is especially as he even states to Peter Parker that you didn't even think about, you know, calling them or talking to them before asking me to brainwash the entire planet. Well, yeah, I guess Peter Parker could be at fault for that too, but it's also your fault for executing that spell before even asking Peter that question. He should have essentially asked him before that. So yeah, like I'm saying before, a whole bunch of like weird character decisions in this movie. But like I'm saying, the movie is enjoyable, but there's a lot of things that you have had to ignore in order to get the plot to work. So I mean, like, I will also make a video about Peter Parker acting a bit off in this movie as well. Like I'm saying before, to be fair to the movie, most of the weird character decisions are on the first half of the movie. When it comes to, like, you know, the villains from the other like Spider-Man universes, when the moment they come into the MCU, from that point on, it seems like everyone else's brain suddenly grew back, because most of the problems that I have regarding these kind of odd character moments, they're really on the first half of the movie. So yeah, that is it for this video. I guess if there's anything I missed about this, you can comment down below, because I know many people also felt this way when I looked it up on the internet about this. I specifically searched up Doctor Strange dumb in Spider-Man No Way Home, and I also saw people thinking this exact thing. So yeah, I guess, you know what I'm saying, just leave a comment down below and I'll get around to reading them. And like I said before, though, if I did miss some things, I know, like, it's been a while since I've seen the movie. Like, I saw the movie on December 17th, so it's already January 18th, so it's pretty much a month already, and I might have missed one moment there that could have explained why, but yeah. So I'll see you in my next video. Hopefully I can make a video as soon as possible. I know I've been quite busy the last few days, but I will try my best to keep some updates, alright? So yeah, Raphael out, and I will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed.